to more of our content creators as well, and I think as we go into it, it'll be fun to watch the kind of play styles evolve. Beef Mommy, you were talking about multiplayer players getting into Warzone and kind of their efficiency in the game, because map knowledge is everything. So what do you think from a kind of newer player with Verdansk, like your main goal is when you hop into Verdansk?
Honestly, I've been a COD player for years now, and so hopping into those multiplayer maps, it wasn't really much of a struggle, but since it was my first time in Verdansk, that BR type of gameplay, I was so lost. But at the same time, I have been watching a bunch of streamers play it, so that's why I know where to drop. I know what places to avoid. I ain't going to top prison. I ain't going to prison at all. Superstore, I'm avoiding all of those crowded areas. I'm going to the outskirts, man. We're
gonna have so much time to talk about Verdansk, Rebirth Island, our multiplayer maps, so much going on. It's time though for our first look at some gameplay here on main broadcast. We're gonna be tapping into Kinstrafe's stream, which Bobby, you called him out. So let's take a look at some of the gameplay and see where he's at. That is definitely Verdansk, my friends. Bobby, it is so good to see some gameplay on screen.
Yeah, and Ken, once again, he's known for his gameplay, but definitely somebody I would consider a little bit of a movement god whenever it comes to any game that he plays, and naturally that's something he's going to be bringing into Verdansk. They are gradually trying to introduce some of those Modern Warfare 3 mechanics. High alert, going to give him some information right there. Not sure how many people left, but this is a tight circle, but he's definitely more than capable of handling it. Looks like probably Solo as his teammates can take it down as well.
Man, it is so interesting to see what kind of perks that all of these players are going to be rocking as well. Like what you said already, High Alert, you're going to be having that Dead Eye. That's definitely going to be really one of the more popular perks that we actually see here alongside the Warden. That's going to be more aggressive, but yeah, it really is important as well if you're going to potentially become a pro player to know what kind of perks you'll be using along with your teammates.
I love how deep into the analysis we're already getting, and I'm just staring at the map like, we're back.
Nostalgia hits.
This is Call of Duty, my friends. Already grabbing another knock here as we're into the final circle. First look onto the
Oh no! Oh my goodness.
I don't even know if he knows we're watching, but congratulations, my friend. First win on broadcast. We'll continue to hop around to some different streams as we kind of get our first look. And now we're moving over to Rebirth Island, which is obviously a fan favorite. You know, Beef Mommy, talk to me about Rebirth Island, because this is something that's been around for a long time as well. And genuinely, content creators have made so many videos on
I know. I was literally just watching yesterday a streamer just go crazy over in Alcatraz. Like for me, I love this map just because of how tight everything is. I'm more of an aggressive player, so I definitely sport that Warden, but you already know that most of these players in this map will be sporting SMGs like the AMR-9.
Yeah, look, I mean, Bobby, when you think about Resurgence, what's your mentality around Battle Royales? Because that's the thing about Warzone Mobile, it literally has something for everyone, right? Everybody's got different playstyles, everybody's got something that they prefer, whether it's big map BR, we've got Mobile Royale, and then of course we have Resurgence, which allows you to play a little bit more loosey-goosey. If you go down, just make sure your teammates stay alive and you'll be flying right back in.
Yeah, I was actually, there's like a Warzone Mobile scrim server, and they've been playing scrims in the game for the last 9 months, and they've pretty much exclusively been playing Rebirth Island just because, like, that's where you can get the most gunfights. That's where you have the ability to really hone in your gun skill, and that's part of the reason why these content creators do love it so much. Even when it comes to custom lobbies, because just everybody landing on each other over and over and over again to see who does have the best gun skill in those scenarios. So Little B's another person that I know has been putting in a lot of work, especially in those Rebirth Island customs, and you've got some other big names on his team like Ramalo in Space as well, obviously, especially from people that have watched competitive COD Mobile. Those are three guys that anybody's going to recognize, and looks like they're off to a solid start.
Man, I'd be scared to be in the same lobby as them. They're like shredding. And let me mention what we've been mentioning in the broadcast is like all these pro players just from MP moving to BR, you already know that it's just that good of a gameplay and that they really are grinding this in the last few months that it's been in alpha, in beta, and we've seen such key differences, especially in terms of even the graphics.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great shot. I mean, I think it's been proven on main stage as we tune in over to Ferg that map knowledge is a lot, but technical skill is near everything, right? You have to have both, and so these players have been working on their technical skill. But back to Verdansk we go, and first drop with Ferg himself. Talk about a grinder, by the way. This guy is putting in insane hours. I think he's already been live for like 6-7 hours.
Y pues ya vamos a ver qué onda. Esos son streams que han sido como invitados más o menos. Y pues están probando el juego a ver qué tal va. Que pues igual cabe recalcar que estos manes juegan en dispositivos extremadamente pues de gama alta, gama premium.
My assumption is he's probably trying to go for some records right now. That's something that he's been known for in the past. And obviously, we don't have ranked leaderboards yet in Warzone Mobile, but I think that the next step in that process is trying to farm as many kills as you possibly can. And especially now that it's full real-person lobbies, it's that much more meaningful.
Yeah, 120 player lobbies.
Y pues bueno, por el momento todavía no hay.
I'm so excited about Superstore. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing a hot drop on Superstore. Are you joking? Couple beatdowns early. This man is flying around Superstore, looting.
He's gonna do it.
There's so much nostalgia. Yeah, grab an execution while you're at it, Ferg. I love this.
You know what? I want to see something that's super fun from Ferg is to just have execution kills, like for the entire lobby. I'm pretty sure someone's done it already, but I want Ferg to do it. Like we keep mentioning, he wants to be #1 at every game that he's been playing. And let's see, because I think this time around he might have a difficult time because we see streamers like Bobby, Godsley, and Noah just putting in the hours
También
as
juega
well.
Yeah, specifically Bobby.
a 6 dedos o parece que hasta más.
And playing at the same time. What a guy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, I love that we get a chance to see Superstore early. There's a ton
A
of hot
7
drops
dedos
on
me parece
Verdansk,
que
but
juega este
everything might
vato.
change now that everybody maybe knows the map already, or maybe
Yo
you're
jugando
experiencing
4.
it for the first time. I know airport area with the hangars has always been a popular kind of streamer spot as well. So a classic cluster mine inside, just in case Ferg gets pushed. But I think he's going to be the one playing a bit more aggressive here, Bobby.
Yeah, I got a little deja vu because I 1v2'd Hawk's Nest and Noah in this exact same spot the other day. So definitely somewhere that it has positive memories for me, given that nothing like that has ever happened in my entire gaming career.
Yeah, sure.
Gunfight doesn't go Ferg's way, but part of the beauty of Warzone is you got the gulag, you get a chance at redemption, and if you play it well, a free kill as well.
Yeah, not just the gulag, but the showers, which is such a classic kind of ode to the past, right? Well, look, we're going to be tuning into gameplay all day today, but we have a very special person going to be joining us here in the booth. It is Chris Plummer, who I'm sure you've seen videos and updates around the game from Chris. He's been putting out so much content for us. Chris, it is so good to have you, of course, head of mobile at Activision Blizzard. How does it feel? You're here, global launch. We finally made it.
All right. Today's really exciting. We've been watching players stream in. We've been entering those hot lobbies and just seeing what it's like to experience the real thing now, finally. And it does feel so different, you know, when all the players are real and they're really going after you. It's so exhilarating. So we're excited to be here with you guys and, you know, share this moment with all the players. So thanks for inviting us on.
Yeah, look,
No sabemos
I was
inglés.
watching Winsanity stream last night, and he was like, "This feels like scrim lobbies. Why is everyone so sweaty?" And I think it's
Pero-
because everybody's been so ready to be here, and they're gonna put in so many hours, and I know we're all excited about it. But I mean, Chris, I think first question for you is just like, you've had a long history of kind of building up this game. What does it look like, kind of now that we're here, looking back on where you
Los
started?
comentarios la gente está quejando a lo
when we started
bestia.
this game, the real thing we wanted to do was connect our audience across all platforms, and you know, mobile being the biggest platform in the world,
Android.
it was super important for mobile to be a part of that. And we saw with games like, you know, when Warzone came out on console and PC, how our Call of Duty community was really able to kind of start talking about the same stuff. They had this shared
¿Qué onda, Good?
passion,
¿Cómo
they had
andamos?
a shared kind of
¿Ya lo
conversation,
probaste, bro? ¿Qué
and we
rollo?
wanted mobile to be a part of that. But in order
¿Has
to do it,
podido
we
actualizar
needed
desde
to
ayer
Call of Duty
o
tech,
todavía
because
no
that's what
llega a tu
enables the
país?
cross progression. That's what enables, like,
Ah,
you know,
qué
the
buena
shared
onda, que te vaya
battle
bien,
pass
bro.
and all that stuff. And so that's
¿Qué
where it
gráficos puedes
started,
jugar?
and then kind of as we
¿Qué
went,
tal el
we
calentamiento, bro?
started to unlock other things like, hey, wait a minute, we can do a lot more players, like real players, because we're using Demonware technology and we got the COD tech. And so just one thing after another started to kind of fall into place. So although we started with this ambition to kind of really get the whole Call of Duty community together and give them a way to kind of, you know, experience
pues,
and shared
Sigo esperando a ver si llega una actualización hoy, pero parece que no. Parece que ya es la oficial, no puede ser. Ah, ya, qué buena onda, bro. Que vaya bien. ¿Qué tal el calentamiento, bro? ¿Calienta bastante o más o menos? Oh, más o menos, más o menos. ¿Qué dispositivo es el tuyo, bro?
Have you played it? What's your favorite part of the game? I just wanted to have your own personal take on it because I know we can be technical and stuff, but I want to know what your personal thoughts
Ahorita
are. What's
estamos
your
viendo
favorite
acá
thing here?
supuestamente el directo, bueno, estamos viendo el directo del lanzamiento, pero ahora sí que aquellos que están jugando, los invitados, juegan en los dispositivos más top del mercado. Así que pues a ellos no les va a ir tan mal, ya que pues igual he estado checando comentarios, checando algunas noticias y todo eso, comentarios de la gente que el juego va pésimo en sus dispositivos, a algunos les sale error de GPU, a otros todavía ni siquiera ha salido en su país, varias cosillas. De la 52. Qué buena onda, bro. Eso es todo, eso es todo. Este men juega como a 7 dedos el vato, pero pues igual está jugando en tablet. Es muy diferente jugar en tablet a jugar en un móvil, ya que pues igual tienes muchas más, podría decirse movilidad, porque puedes colocar tu tablet en un punto fijo y pues igual ya solamente presionar los botones muy fácil. Y en móvil pues no. Es como este men. Juega igual, juega bastante bien y pues se mira su juego, se mira muy bien. Y me parece que no, bro, no va a haber como una actualización. Me parece que ya es la oficial, a esperar a futuras actualizaciones, como por ejemplo en la nueva temporada, la 3, la temporada que se viene. Sale como el 6, unos días más, unos 13, 14 días más aproximadamente, bro. Puede que ahí metan otra actualización igual más o menos grande para corregir los errores de esta, pero hoy me parece que ya no va a salir otra actualización, que ya es la que salió ayer, ya es la global. Porque igual he estado checando y lamentablemente no hay otra actualización. Because it really starts to feel like, it rivals other platforms at times, if you're running it on the latest device. And then when I go back to, I remember when we announced it at Next years ago, and we were playing. ¿Qué celular tienes, bro? And at that time, it was like, man, this is for dance. It's like, wow, this is bringing back memories. And that's kind of like what our y parece que sí, es God, parece que ya la global. Y si es la global, pues ahora sí que mucha gente le va a tirar mucho hate a lo que sería el juego. A menos de que tengas un celular de, no sé, $1,000 y puedes jugar excelente como lo que estamos viendo ahorita. O sea, el juego va a ir solamente jugable y aceptable en dispositivos de gama alta, gama premium. Esa es como la realidad de Warzone. Aunque he estado probando lo que sería ayer el móvil en mi iPhone 14 normal y el calentamiento ha disminuido, pero lo tengo en gráficos medios y 60 FPS. Aunque igual después de un rato, no sé, pasar la hora de jugar, ya se empieza a calentar machín. Y por el momento sigo utilizando el cooler, así que pues no es como que muy factible jugar sin el cooler. There's also certain features we were bundling together in the settings before that now we've kind of like separated them out so people can be a little bit more a la carte in how they customize their performance and visuals of the game. But certain things will always, like, it's kind of like punching the gas in your car. Like
the faster you go,
Yeah.
you know, it's going to burn, right?
Sure.
And the same is true on any mobile game that's using high fidelity visuals. So if you're running at a faster frame rate, that's going to heat up your device more than if you're running at a lower frame rate. And we let you choose those things because sometimes maybe you're like on the go and you just want to make sure you're reserving your battery, or you're keeping things cool and you're okay playing at 60 instead of uncapped, or 30 instead of 60. And those are all options for you to kind of like manage it. And of course, a lot of the folks who are streaming today, they have all kinds of interesting contraptions to kind of keep the device like super cool. And apparently, like if you do that, like you can trick the device into doing all kinds of performance stuff. But yeah, I mean, we've tried to expose that stuff so players can choose, and we'll keep doing that sort of thing over time.
That's funny that you mentioned that, because that's exactly what I was doing last night. I was trying to trick my phone to get like the max uncapped, unchaotic type of gameplay that I could actually have.
Mucha
So
gente
one thing that
quejándose en los
not only can you
comentarios.
customize your cell phone and your loadout, but I want to talk about like Battle Pass or anything that is actually like mobile exclusive, because we keep saying that yes, it is going to be cross progression, but are there any things that mobile has to offer that either PC or console won't have?
There are a few things, yes. And I think, like, first I'll say there's
Lo único chido de
the content
del
that's
lanzamiento es de
available
que ya no hay
that is
bots.
connected to the rest of the franchise. It's really
Y
important to
pues
check
ya
that
las
stuff
partidas
out,
ponen
'cause when you see
buenas.
what's in the Battle Pass, for example, on Warzone Mobile, I mean, the caliber of that
Es
content
lo único bueno.
I put against any game out there to even come close to put that stuff in their Battle Pass. I mean, like, it is ridiculous content.
Tecno.
It's made by the same developer.
¿Qué procesador tiene, bro? ¿Y
Triple A
cuántas
on PC,
de RAM?
it's now on your phone. So we're really proud of
Y
that.
pues sí,
But on top of
prácticamente
that,
la mayoría de
the
dispositivos
mobile
de
players
en
have
Android va
additional
pésimo el juego.
things that they like, different tastes,
He visto
different
demasiados
content that are
comentarios.
appealing. So we're augmenting that with additional content. There's some what we call them like
Parece que sí, ya la
Warzone
que ahorita esta es la oficial. Porque me sigue sin llegar lo que sería ninguna actualización.
Warzone Mobile that have exclusive content. In fact, when Operation Day Zero kicks off tomorrow, there's some exclusive
Igual va a ser
rewards
como
on
un
Operation
COD
Day
móvil
Zero
cuando
that are
salió,
exclusive to mobile.
que salió
We
bastante
also have
mal y
some
con el tiempo lo fueron
rewards that
arreglando.
everyone in the community across all COD platforms can unlock.
Probablemente
We have some mobile
vaya a ser
specific
igual.
rewards too. So we realize that like there's different tastes and stuff.
Bestia, tienes un... Pues sí,
Additional content that's even more
tu móvil
elaborate,
tiene
more like,
8 de RAM y un buen procesador, bro.
keeps, and those will be dropping
Y pues sí, es una
we have a few of those as well.
mala
So we're trying to
experiencia el
provide
tener
really
un celular más o menos bueno y
content that includes
que no
connected
pueda
content
correr
you can find
Warzone.
on the AAA console and PC titles,
Pero vaya,
also mobile specific
igual se
content,
precipitaron
just to
mucho
round
al
out
sacar el
the
juego muy
overall offering.
rápido,
I know
ya que
because
pues
Warzone
igual
Mobile is
en
built
las
on the Call of
actualizaciones no se
Duty
veían
engine, that's
mejoras.
presented some challenges, especially in regards to optimization, that probably a lot of mobile games have never faced. What does that optimization process look like moving forward?
Sí,
as you
tocará
guys continue to try to work
jugar
with
en un
board, chipset
dispositivo
providers,
pues
phone makers, whatever that would look like.
ahora sí que bastante bueno.
Again, it's an ongoing thing. So we work directly with the chips makers.
Sí, es lo malo, los gráficos se ven de cartón en lo que sería muchos dispositivos. Hay muchos puntos malos sobre Warzone Mobile. Los gráficos, la caída de FPS. Ahora sí que igual que a todos se emparejen tanto de táctil como con mando, ya que con mando pues tienen mucha ventaja en el... Parece que trae aimbot.
And I think, as time goes on, we'll find other ways to unlock performance. It's just the nature of the beast. But it's been
Me parece que ya no va a salir ninguna actualización, bro. Ya la que tienes ahorita ya sería como la oficial. Ya tocará esperar a futuras actualizaciones. Como comento, sería hasta la temporada 3. Sí, bro, ahorita ya te emparejan con mando. Y pues lamentablemente los que juegan con mando tienen muchísima ventaja, bro. Demasiada, aunque pues bueno, igual no va del todo todavía bien, pero en la hora de apuntar la mira se queda pegada al personaje. Lo he estado igual probando Y pues sí, bro. Tiene mucha ventaja el mando. Todavía te sale lo que sería en el lobby lanzamiento limitado. Que si no te sale lo que sería el lanzamiento limitado, ya es la oficial, bro. A menos de que en un rato saquen otra actualización, pero no han dicho nada los desarrolladores en el Discord, ni tampoco en Twitter o en otra plataforma, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy the levels these guys are able to reach. Obviously, with mobile shooters being around as long
Pues
as they
esperemos y
have,
sí.
these guys have refined their movement, their
Y sí, haya otra
finding ways to
actualización.
adapt it, 'cause there are, I think, also some unique settings for Warzone Mobile, and the fact that you do have the cross availability for controller players to play alongside mobile players, I think is really cool because it does give.
Pero pues igual por el
mobile
momento no he visto que alguien diga que hay
players that they are
actualización.
able to compete against those other inputs as well.
Actually, I wanted to ask you, Chris, like, how is it like to balance out the mobile players and also the controller players? Because obviously it's a little bit different, and we obviously also hear.
Es que igual ahorita hay muchos creadores subiendo contenido, bro, de esto. Hay que estar hay que investigar bastante. Porque bueno, la versión que yo tengo es la 3.3.4. No sé qué versión tengas tú, bro. Y pues igual sigo sin tener actualización en mi móvil.
Dominate, with controllers and stuff, and it's like they're all have their different strengths and weaknesses. And right now, what we're trying to do is like let's watch and see, because we can see in the data like exactly what's going on in terms of like, is a weapon too OP, is a control configuration OP, is there something that's throwing off the balance. I think there's a lot of psychological warfare here as well. It's like, is it really
Pues bueno, lo que serían dispositivos iOS, la beta la que yo estaba jugando desde que salió la beta, tuve siempre, ahora sí que una versión, y ayer que salió ya oficial el juego, se me descargó otra. Ya tenía dos, la beta y tenía la oficial, y la beta ya no me servía, pero y pues la otra que llegó ayer, pues me parece que ya la oficial, y por el momento pues sigo sin poder actualizar, al menos de que haya salido una actualización, pero lo más seguro es que no, que ya no salga más, bro.
Not for everything in the game, but for the weapon specifically, we do try to carry the tuning over, and then we can make modifications to it if we see that there's something about the way mobile players are playing or the way the character of the weapon feels on mobile is, a little bit
la mayoría juega en lo que sería en tablet o iPad.
tuning that's used across the franchise.
I love that answer too, because I know there's a lot of content creators also watching this broadcast. So now that they've heard that, they can go make their videos around that.
Yeah, no, you're giving them ideas.
You're gonna see a lot of content going around. Look, there are loadout aficionados that started in Warzone, right?
Yeah.
And they've kind of created a career around that. And I even know, like, I'll shout out J God. I know he's a big PC creator for loadouts, and he's trying.
Quién sabe igual cómo vaya en su dispositivo, si se nota el calentamiento o no. Obviamente pues igual muchos no van a decir cómo va el juego, ya que pues son vendidos o Activision les paga por decir que el juego que va bien, pero pues los comentarios lo dicen todo, gente. Y estos pues juegan en lo que sería dispositivos de gama premium.
The different numbers for these guns, even if they're not like available in the game, they've just been studying, testing, doing all these things to see what's the best. And it's made my life really easy because I don't have to do any of that testing. testing myself.
yourself.
I looked at the website, I was like, wow, this has literally every single possible stat that you could want for a weapon, and they even give like ratings for the different categories and everything else. I was like, this makes my life a lot easier, so I'm certainly happy for it.
And I love that you mentioned that because as someone who is a newer player when it comes to VR, the learning curve could be absolutely insane. It's hard for me to actually learn VR, but with websites like that and content creators actually
¿Qué
putting in the
dispositivo
work to
tienes,
give
bro?
me, hey, do this
Anderson.
one. That's exactly what I did this morning. I was watching Parker the Slayer, and he was like, you know what? If you're a newer player, maybe you'd want to go for an LMG because you can literally just finish all of your mags in that one player that you're missing.
Igual yo tengo lo que sería un Huawei y para ese ni siquiera está en lo que sería la Play Store. Y también cuento con un A70 de 620 de Snapdragon y tengo un 6 de RAM y también me sale el error de GPU. Así que solamente lo puedo jugar en mi iPhone, un Redmi 9T. Bueno, para esos de error de GPU tocará esperar a futuras actualizaciones, ya que pues parece que hoy no va a salir otra actualización, ya la que tenemos pues sería como la oficial. La verdad es que sí, bro, puede que lo humille. Ese juego igual sale hoy, ¿no? Igual habrá directo o algo así. Y pues David, sería cuestión de seguir esperando actualizaciones, ya que pues la que tenemos ahorita yo creo que sí es la oficial. Tocará seguir esperando. Lleva que aproximadamente 2 años en transcurso de lo que sería desarrollo. Y pues lamentablemente no se ven mejoras. Sí, bro, una FSota. Yo tengo igual un Huawei y no es compatible. Ni siquiera me sale en la Play Store.
Because it's just some of the players are so good and it's so fast and you really you'll get to know Call of Duty pretty quickly that way. But for folks who are coming in new, the thing to realize
Y sí, bastante, bro. Caída de FPS. Los gráficos en muchos dispositivos están en bajo. El calentamiento te saca de partidas, se queda congelada la pantalla. Hay muchísimos errores, bro. Yo juego en un iPhone 14 ahí, pues el juego va más o menos. Cuando conecto lo que sería el mando, sí me va un poco de lag, pero ya juego con táctil y pues el juego me va bastante bien. Igual juego con cooler y pues la batería después de una hora y media jugando se empieza a drenar machín. ¿Qué onda, María? ¿Cómo estamos? Están jugando Warzone móvil. Supuestamente hoy era el lanzamiento global, pero pues lo empezaron a liberar lo que sería ayer para algunos países. Y pues estamos en el directo directo oficial del lanzamiento y estos son invitados. Están probando el juego a ver qué tal, pero pues cabe recalcar que ellos juegan en dispositivos de calidad premium, lo más top del mercado. ¿Qué onda, Alexis? ¿Cómo estamos? Y sí, bro, quién sabe qué rollo igual con los servidores. Tal vez estén muy saturados lo que sería el día de hoy, porque igual a mí también me va mucho lag. Tengo las Barbies. Es un juego que no lo sé. Va a ser como un Apex tal vez, ¿no? ¿Ustedes qué opinan? Si no logran optimizarlos, la verdad es que sí, el juego va a ser un fracaso.
You can do filters for things like driving and airdropping and air vehicle controls and stuff like that. So
Sí, bro, lo que
in
pasa es
MPs,
de
you can
que
filter out some of the
hoy no
noise.
sacaron
There's
actualización,
a lot of potential options that you can
a
actually
menos
do
de que la saquen igual más tarde.
try them
La de ayer, la que
iterate on it
obtuvimos ayer,
until it
tal
feels
vez
right
sea
for
la
you.
oficial.
And there's so many different, a lot of it comes down
Y
to
pues
personal
bueno,
preference,
esperemos
right?
y si
Like
saquen
even
otra
ADS, like some people
actualización.
like to toggle ADS on and off, some people like to hold it, you know, and it's like honestly you should try it both ways and see what feels best for you. You know, most people will end up going manual fire because you get a lot more precision that way, but you know, if you know people are
Tiene gráficos de free.
auto fire is a fine way
Bueno,
to get to
pero
know
pues
how
al
to play the
menos
game,
Bri
so
va.
you kind of feel more dexterous. But what I like to do is I kind of like put everything in the orbit range of my thumb.
Yeah.
Sure.
In like lazy mode, and so I'm like controlling down here, and then I'm like pushing up here for everything else. And there's things I heard you talking about, the finishing moves and executions.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I personally get a lot of satisfaction. So I
As
have
we
that
all
button
do.
like ridiculously big, so I can make sure I definitely get the execution.
Esperemos si logren optimizar el juego, bro, para que no, ya, bueno, para que no sea un Apex, ya que pues igual lo he estado jugando aproximadamente casi un año y pues sí es un juegazo, la verdad, pero es lo malo. La optimización, el calentamiento, la falta de, ahora sí que esa optimización que todos queremos y más que nada la mejora en gráficos, aunque sea un poco más mejor, ¿no? En algunos dispositivos, ya que pues igual como yo lo juego, pues no va nada, para mí, para mi opinión no va nada mal, pero pues en realidad lo que me gustaría es el calentamiento, ya que pues igual de unas cuantas partidas, aproximadamente bueno, jugando una hora y media, la pila se me drena de un 40 a un 20% en menos de, ¿qué te digo? 10 minutos, bro. Y pues no inventes. Para que se te drena así la batería está canijo, ¿no? Y aún usando el cooler.
Well, Chris, you are a wealth of knowledge, and your passion is so evident. We really
Dale, David,
appreciate you
nos
coming
vemos,
here
nos
on
vemos.
the broadcast and obviously
Y sí,
celebrating
Alex,
the goal.
ojalá lo
Before I
optimicen.
send you away, you've got to share some insight into your game. Gameplay.
David, puede que tu celular no sea compatible o no se haya liberado en lo que sería tu país. ¿De dónde eres, David?
Let's see. I mean, it changes, right? I mean, everyone likes Superstore. It's kind of
Supuestamente, bro, igual he escuchado eso, pero no sé, lo dudo, pero igual no se pierde la esperanza de que haya una actualización, ¿verdad? Esperemos y sí, ya que igual me habían dicho que tenían unas bajo la manga y pues esperemos si sea esa actualización que queremos. Colombia. No, se supone que en Colombia sí está, bro, está disponible, tal vez tal vez tu dispositivo no sea compatible por el momento, bro. ¿Qué dispositivo tienes, David? Igual había subido un videito de antier, creo, me parece, hace 2-3 días. Subí un video con una lista de los celulares que pueden ser compatibles con el juego. Bestia, bro. No es compatible. ¿Qué dispositivo tienes, bro? More Whites to play, multiplayer.
If I hear the stream, then it will come through the my stream. But yeah, right. If you want me to hear the
Y
stream,
pues falta 4 minutos para que sea las 11. Si no llega una actualización, lo que sería aquí en unos 4 minutos o unos 10 minutos, ya sería la oficial, gente. Ya sería ahora sí que la oficial y tendríamos que seguir esperando a que lo optimicen en futuras actualizaciones. Que supuestamente iban a seguir trabajando en ello y pues esperemos y sí.
are like Bernie. Bro, I feel like way like it's playable this map is way different.
Sí, bro, ojalá, pues creo que ya terminó lo que sería
Like a BR, you know, like
su transmisión. Esperemos a ver si hay actualización.
yeah, I mean I like it, but like I don't know, like in
Porque igual por el momento no tengo absolutamente nada.
everybody can kill, you know? And you can have your guns and
Bestia tiene 5 estrellas de calificación en la App Store.
oh, what the
No entiendo cómo es que tiene esas estrellas y a muchos les va mal. Pero pues bueno. Soy de México, bro. Soy de México y pues ahí andamos.
you have one other guy. Yeah, he's not looking at me.
Igual yo creo que voy a echarme unas partidas probando el juego. A ver qué tal.
Got him?
Yo creo que igual voy a cortar un rato y en unos 20 minutos prendo lo que sería directo desde mi móvil para que chequen igual cómo va en mi dispositivo, gente. ¿Tú igual eres de México, bro?
Thank you, bro. We appreciate that.
Oh, qué buena onda, bro, qué buena onda.
What's up, guys?
Yo soy de acá de Toluca. Bueno, igual soy nací en la Ciudad de México, pero
You
vivo
want me to
acá en
kill you or-
Toluca.
Oh, no. So I'm looking at you. Yeah. How many UAVs? You have iron, buddy? Stay with 10K because
Bueno, pues igual creo que ya terminó lo que sería
I waste all my money and then we have
la transmisión de ellos. Ahorita van a poner pura gente que está jugando.
hospital, bro. It's a lot.
Y pues yo creo que igual en un rato más prendo otro directito, gente, para que podamos jugar y podemos hablar sobre Warzone móvil, a ver cómo van sus dispositivos, qué errores tiene y si logran actualizar, gente. Sí, bro, ya falta poco. Voy a esperar a ver qué tal.
Don't drop.
Si hay actualización, igual seguiré en directo y si no, pues cortaré un ratito. Y ahorita nos vemos como aproximadamente una media hora, si es que no hay actualización, para arreglar unas cosillas
I don't have angle on them. Oh, I have one.
y poder prender directo desde mi móvil.
Well, welcome back, Call of Duty Warzone
Pero es que no. Vamos a esperar a ver si hay otra actualización. Ya falta poco para las 11.
That was your streamline. Every break you'll be seeing a lot of gameplay. We're going to be live for the next 36 hours. And like I said before, we're going to be bringing in the one, the only Ferg here into the booth with us. He's going to be chatting with us about his experiences in Verdansk. And I know he's been grinding like crazy. So excited to see what he has to say. Oh, there he is.
I have.
Oh, there it is. Perfect. He goes, yeah, I have. Ferg, my man, look, I know you're a grinder. You've been playing a lot. You've been preparing for this moment.
¿Qué onda, bro? ¿Qué onda? ¿Cuántos años tengo? ¿Como de cuántos me escucho, bro?
I've been waiting
¿Cuántos
for
crees
this
que
game
tengo?
for over 2 years now. There's clips of me resurfacing currently that I think they're from like June 2022, where I'm talking about how excited I am for Warzone Mobile to finally launch, and here we are.
Hey Ferg, how you doing? The gameplay is looking very spicy. We saw highlights after highlights, and the number one question always with you is, do you plan to be the #1 player for Warzone Mobile?
Oh, espero y no sea
Yeah,
el
of course.
oficial
As
esto.
soon as they launch the leaderboards, I'll be there, without a doubt. Like, there's nothing that will stop me from getting #1 in the leaderboards, no matter how much yapping goes on Twitter.
All right, I noticed you're playing 120 player quads. Are we going for the kill record right now? Are we just trying to farm as many clips as we
Ah,
possibly
tienes
can? What's the
17,
game
bro.
plan?
¿Qué buena onda? Está show, está show.
I don't really have a game plan. I just wanted to go into quads because it was the hardest mode. Like, I could play rebirth quads, but you get loads of respawns in that, and it's kind of like not as hardcore as Verdansk quads. So I just kind of hope that my teammates die, so then I can say that I'm playing solo squads. You know, that's what I'm kind of looking for. I'm looking for solo squad wins.
Look, I think it's pretty obvious that you're going to just do whatever is the most difficult because you just want to be the best. Now, Ferg, I took a deep dive on your history. First of all, congratulations on over 3 million subscribers last month. That's huge on your main channel. Combined views between your multiple channels.
¿Qué creen que este men sea un vendido de Activision o qué rollo?
A billion views across the board. Content creation journey started back in June 2012 with a trick shot video from Modern Warfare 2, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Look, my man,
yeah.
are you dropping trick shot videos for Warzone Mobile? What's going on? You gonna bring it full circle?
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that for sure. I'll do trick shots, especially if Verdansk, you can jump off some pretty high buildings. So
Y
why not?
no, bro, tengo 24
Yeah,
años.
speaking of trick shots, we've kind of already seen
Ya estoy
an
viejo,
incredible
brother.
play. Chris,
Ya la
former-
rodilla ya me
former
chilla.
actually head of mobile at Activision Blizzard, had a chance to react to it as well. Let's roll that clip again for the broadcast, and Ferg, maybe you get a chance to watch
hell
this as
yeah.
well.
Pero pues
Dude,
parece
you
que
look
tengo
great
30,
on
¿verdad?
this, and I love the gas play.
Oh my
Trick
god,
play.
yeah, dude. Bro, I don't know if you've seen before this clip, but I was fighting a different team and they took away all
Tómala,
my
bro. No,
plates,
pues si se
dude.
juega
So
muy
the
diferente a lo que
1v4
sería una
with no
iPad.
plates, I picked one up there, but then these
Este
guys all
compa se
had
chingó a
loadies
los
too. They
3,
all
4
they picked up
manes.
the loadie right in
Fer,
front of me. It was
YouTube.
crazy, bro. I can't believe I actually did this and you guys seen it on stream. I think you guys seeing it on stream was what made me so
Ni modos
hyped.
tocará
And
ahorrar para
everyone
una
in the
iPad,
chat
¿no?
was like, they're watching you, they're watching you. So as soon as I did it, I was like, no way. And
Un
then at
iPad
the
para
end,
probar,
you
para
don't
probar.
see it in this clip, but at the end, I actually
Si no sale una actualización hoy, bro, puede que sí lo optimicen, pero con el tiempo. Como lo que sería el codcito, ya ves que igual salió bastante mal y con el tiempo lo fueron arreglando. Siento que va a ser la misma onda con el tiempo. Con el tiempo irán optimizando, van a ir corrigiendo errores y pues ya. Aunque si no lo logran, la verdad va a ser un Apex.
There's just nothing that beats that in multiplayer. Like, BR is the only game mode that will have it, and that's I will always say this. I like BR more than I like multiplayer.
Ooh,
I mean,
shoot.
And the good thing that you have both here, so if you don't want to do BR, at least you have multiplayer 6v6. But one question I wanted to ask, 'cause Ghost
no,
actually
bro,
brought
no
it up a
juego
while ago,
Fortnite.
right? You just hit 3.1
Solamente
million
juego lo que sería
subscribers.
el
I know
Warzone.
everyone is like saying,
Bueno, el Warzone
yeah,
pues apenas
what's the
igual
next
tiene
country
como
for
20
you
días
to
que he
catch
estado
when it
jugando
comes to subscriber
en lo
count?
que sería mi PC.
Oh my god.
Please say China.
I
India.
guess. No chance. There's never. But probably I said it was 1.8 million because that was Northern Ireland, which is like the little country that I live in. But Southern Ireland, I think, is like 6. So I'll go for them. And then if I combine it, it's like 8. I just want my entire island, like the little island that I live on. We're taking over the entire of the island.
Yeah, he's slowly gonna creep up outside.
Ya falta un minutito para que sean las 11, a ver qué tal, a ver si hay una actualización. Esperar otro poquito a ver si la lanza.
Yeah, a lot of viewers, a lot of opportunity for content creators. Ferg, you have a long, illustrious career at this point, my friend. But I think a lot of people at home are saying, okay, if Ferg's like one of the best, I need some strats, okay? Look, we've been talking metas, we've been talking drop spots, drop spots, hot drops. I saw you drop in Superstore.
Que la verdad igual,
every game
ahora sí que lo dudo
What's
bastante.
kind of your game plan?
Funnily enough, like mobile players aren't hot dropping Superstore. Like every time I have landed Superstore, there's maybe one team there. But if I go TV station, there's at least two. So I've been dropping there instead.
It's because they're scared of you, Ferg. I think they've been watching your gameplay and they're just scared to drop with the other streamers. Because that's the streamer hot drop. It's Superstore, or it was the hangars outside of airport for a while on PCs. So I've had the chance to cast thousands of hours of Verdansk, and those were always the hot drop spots. But hey, it's a brand new way to play, Verdansk, and so those things can change.
Ya son las 11, gente. Ya son las 11.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I noticed that as well, because Superstore was kind of like, especially back when I watched Verdansk streamers, that was where they always went, and I keep going there, and there's like one team. But like you said, I think the mobile players, obviously there's people that are still trying to get used to the controls and everything else, and that does require a little bit of adjusting, so you don't always want to go to the spiciest place possible. Obviously, we've seen
igual, bro, creo que no creo que haya actualización, bro.
a year and a half ago.
Voy a checar a ver
I
qué
think there's
rollo.
still more things that people would like to see. If you had to pick like one thing outside of the leaderboards, what would you like to see in Warzone?
No, todavía no, parece que no.
All day, every day.
Parece que sí, bro, ya es la oficial. No puede ser. Acá checo en mis otros dispositivos, en mi Samsung.
I think I'll just be focusing on making the best quality content possible until there's a ranked mode, and then I will be pursuing getting number one on.
Y pues parece que en mi Samsung no hay nada. Me sale jugar, le doy en jugar y me sale error de GPU. Es una lástima, es una pena.
But if tournaments start arising, Ferg, are you putting your name into the hat of saying, I'm going to be the top, I'm going to be the top earner, I'm going to win it all?
Yeah, if there's some sort of roadmap for tournaments, I'll compete in them.
Sí, bro, F.
Number one in the Warzone mobile earnings. I think that would be kind of funny. After all this time to like finally go back into it.
Look, you heard it here first. He's going to be top of the earnings leaderboard. I'll be keeping track, my friend. I'm excited to see. Look, Ferg, I'm so thankful you got a chance to join us here on broadcast. We're going to be live for the next 36 hours. I'm sure you are as well. So we want to wish you well and good luck with your stream, my friend. Keep grinding.
Nariz, gente, nariz. No hay actualización.
I'm sure with this game.
Great. Thank you very much for having me on, guys.
Yep. See you later, Ferg. Well, Bobby, Beef Mommy, about what we expected.
Yeah.
Ferg is ready to be at the top. Bobby, I mean, what'd you think?
No, it's what I expected. I think right now, like, he is looking for a challenge, which is understandable when you've been putting in as many hours as he has. Like, there's only so far you can go. If the solo squads isn't challenging enough,
bueno, ni
there's
modos.
got to be a next step. And I think and a lot of people are hoping to see a rank mode. Obviously, we have no idea, but we also know they have a lot planned for the future of Warzone Mobile. This is not a 1-2 year thing like most mainline Call of Duty titles. This is something that is going to continue evolving in the years to come. So
Lástima,
that's
lástima.
something that we'll see at some point.
Speaking of the evolution of Ferg as a player, he did say that he wants something that is very competitive, so that's why he's doing solo versus squads, and now he's waiting for that ranked game mode, and now we finally possibly get to see the return of the pro player.
Lástima, no hay actualización, gente.
I didn't expect that he was actually gonna be down for that. That was a good question.
Yeah, and look, I'm ready for some competition already, and we're going to be dropping into some more gameplay as well. We got a chance to look at a ton of different content creators. We're going to be starting here with Kings, and again, today is a
Que yo también probando el
36-hour stream, so you're going to be watching a ton of gameplay here on the main channel, wherever you're watching us, whether it's YouTube, we're live on Twitch as well, TikTok, and everything in between. So,
Y pues bueno, ni modos, gente, no hay actualizaciones.
Where your favorite drop spot is. Mine's definitely Superstore.
Ya, y esperemos si no, bro. Pero pues bueno, si termina como Apex, ni modos.
Yeah, I think this is also like this entire event's a really cool
Así será este
opportunity for smaller content creators to get a chance to like show what they have
Pues
on
bueno,
main
bro,
broadcast, because there's not very many times
un ratito nos
that
vemos.
you're gonna see this, and you see once again
Voy a
Kings,
probar, bueno,
somebody
voy a
that was
arreglar
on
unas
top of
cositas
World
aquí para
Championships last
prender
year,
directo
bringing his skills
y
over
jugar.
to Verdansk, obviously,
Estar
as
probando la
a sniper
actualización
main. This is something he's gonna
que diga
be
el lanzamiento global, bro.
also, it's a big learning curve. Like, you
A
gotta
ver qué
figure
tal.
out what the meta guns are. You gotta figure out
Va
what
que
the
va.
meta loadouts
Ya
are.
nos vemos,
You
bro.
gotta tweak your sensitivities because there's some slight differences from one